Hello, my name is Ali and this is a video on polynomial division. Now, to understand what a polynomial division is, one must understand what polynomial actually means. I've split up the word into two terms over here, poly and nomial. Poly meaning many and nomial meaning term. This essentially means that a polynomial is an expression of more than two algebraic terms. As you can see over here, I have two expressions, and these are classified as polynomials as they contain two or more algebraic terms. This one and this one for this equation, and this one and this one for this equation. So before we get started, I'm going to explain to you guys an acronym which I like to use, which you guys might find helpful too. And it's Do McDonald's Sell Burgers? Now, yes, the answer is yes, they do, but it's just a play on words that will help you guys to understand it when it coming across any questions like this. In essence, the first step is division, the second step is timesing, and then the third step is subtraction, and finally is called bringing down, which I will explain later. But anyways, guys, let's start off with this basic question we have over here. So it's 350 divided by 10. It's just basically simple integers that I'm going to show you how to divide using long division. Now, because 10 is the divisor, this will go outside the bus stop, if you like. There's my little bus stop. And 350 will go inside the bus stop. This is known as the dividend. So the question I will ask myself first is, how many 10s are there in 3? Now, that is division, so this is the first step. So 10s into 3 are 0, and because it's 0, we are going to do the division again. And there are 3 remainder because you just carry this 3 to the 5. So there's my 3. Then you ask yourself, how many 10s are there in 35? And the answer to that is 3. Moving on to the second step, where you times or multiply. You get the 3 and you multiply by the 10. So that gives you 30. Okay, now moving on to subtraction. Just to make it a little easier, I like to put my number over here in brackets with a minus sign here. So 35 minus 30, 3 take away 3 is 0, 5 take away 0 is 5, and that's it. And now moving on to the bringing down part, what we do for that is this 0 over here, we just simply bring it down here. So as you can see, this is 50. Now we repeat the process. This is the division. So now we do 50 divided by 10, which is 5. The timesing, 5 times 10 is 50. Subtraction, 5 take away 5 is 0, and obviously 0 take away 0 is 0. So I'm just going to leave it as that. And the answer to this question, guys, is this part over here, which is at the top of your bus stop, 35. Because it ends in 0, we know that 350 divided by 10 is 35. 35 goes into 350 10 times. Alright guys, this is another question, but this time the terms are not simple integers. Both terms are algebraic. Now, here's a question. As we always know, we put the x plus 2 outside the bar and the 3x cubed expression under the bar. This is because x plus 2 is the divisor and the 3x cubed is the dividend. Now, it's the same process. It mirrors the process of long division with normal integers. So the process is the same. We first divide, then multiply, then subtract, and then bring down and repeat the process. So if we begin, you ask yourself the question first, what is 3x cubed divided by x? We divide by x first and not the 2. That's very important. So 3x cubed divided by x equals 3x squared. Then we move on to the times. 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. Then we times the 2. 3x squared times 2 is 6x squared plus 6x squared. Then I'm going to put it in brackets, minus sign. 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is obviously 0. Minus 4x squared minus 6x squared equals minus 10x squared. And then we move on to the bringing down part. So this minus 28x, we just bring that down here, and it's because it's a minus, it's put a minus there. And then we repeat the process again. So minus 10x squared divided by x equals minus 10x. Now we multiply 10x times x, sorry, minus 10x times x is minus 10x squared, and minus 10x times 2 equals minus 20x. And again we take away. Then as you can see guys, the minus 10x squared and the minus 10x squared will cancel. We will be left with nothing. And then you move on to the minus 28x minus minus 20x. That gives you minus 8x, because remember, two negatives make a positive. And then again guys, we use the bringing down method. So this minus 16, if I just draw an arrow here, we just put it like that. And then we start over again. Minus 8x divided by x equals minus 8. Minus 8 times x, minus 8x. And minus 8 times 2 is minus 16. The minus 8x and this 8x will cancel, and so will the 16s, because remember guys, you're taking away, so the answer will be 0. And there are no remainders. Okay guys, to perform a simple sanity check, what we're going to do is times this expression by this expression, and we should end up with this. As you can see, I've already wrote the question out, so let's begin. 3x squared times x equals 3x cubed. Minus 10x times x equals minus 10x squared. And minus 8 times x equals minus 8x. Then moving on to the 2 times 3x squared is plus 6x squared. Sorry, running out a bit of room here, I'll just move down over here. Minus 10x times 2 equals minus 20x. And minus 8 times 2 equals minus 16. Now simplifying this expression, there are no other x cubed terms, so the final answer will be 3x cubed. You can cross that off. Moving on to the square terms, minus 10x squared add 6x squared equals minus 4x squared. So we can cross that off as well. And then minus 8x minus 20x equals minus 28x. We can cross that off, and then we're just left with the minus 16. And as you can see guys, this answer is the same as what is written under the bar, so therefore we can say that we have correctly answered this question. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something.